Thanks for checking out today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/darthjacen. Links for this and our Patreon will be in the description below. Hope you enjoy. What's going on, guys? Here with white-green auras, reminiscent of the modern Boggles deck. People were playing this a little bit off of the white-black auras deck that was good in Pioneer a little while ago, fallen a little bit out of favor. But the biggest upgrade you get are these Hexproof cards, as well as Season of Growth, which has performed phenomenally against me, and I was curious to see how it would look. So, as you can see, made a little upgrade underneath me. There should be a preview of the card we're going to be talking about. Should make it a little easier for mobile viewers to be able to see what we're doing. Alright, so let's start out with the land base. We have 12 duels. The pathway here. There we go. Pathway definitely helps as far as being able to be green on turn 1 if you have a glade cover, or most often white. 2 forests, 5 plains. And then, like I said, the other 8 duels here, Sun Petal and Temple Garden, just making our mana as consistent as possible. 2 color decks are pretty consistent, but again, these basics sometimes will get you. So it's important to have as many duels as possible. We can't really play the slow lands because we have to have untapped mana on turn 1 or 2. As you see, we have 25 1-drops. Of those 25, we have 11 1-drop creatures. So it isn't imperative we have a 1-drop on turn 1, but it definitely helps if we don't have anything good to do on turn 2. So we have Alseid and Selfless Savior, same as the white-black deck. A lot of these principles will be similar to the white-black deck. Alseid's gonna give you some lifelink to help gain some life, as well as protect your big threats like Glade Cover and push through board stalls. Selfless helps you against the spot removal decks. Glade covers your first big threat. Being a hexproof creature that you can suit up makes it very difficult to answer for most decks. And we have Cartouche of Solidarity, Ethereal Armor, Griff Spoon, and Sentinel's Eyes, all exactly the same cards from the white-black auras lists. Your white package for auras doesn't change very much, so you're basically just using all these different cards to suit up your difficult to answer creatures. Where it becomes a little different is the 2-drops here. With Season of Growth, this is one of the strongest cards in the deck. Being able to scry when you play creatures or have creatures enter, like off of Cartouche, very powerful. But whenever you cast a spell that targets your creatures, you draw a card. So it's basically SRAM 5 through 8 that's harder to interact with. And they stack. Definitely have to be careful about not decking yourself with these 8 effects because they're not maze. When you cast an aura, they're going to draw a card, but they help you grind through mid-range decks at unbelievable speed. Like I said, SRAM 5 through 8, well, we gotta have SRAM 1 through 4 first. We have all the glitters to pair with our Ethereal Armor as our really big hitters, and then Adanto Vanguard, just another hard to answer card, giving Indestructible as well as protection against most spot removal. Your game plan's pretty straightforward. Get down a Scout, a Vanguard, protect it, or churn through your deck until you can find one. From the sideboard, we have Apostle of Purifying Light, really good into like the red-black deck. Good into Phoenix, mainly as a way to keep the exile or the graveyard clean of Phoenixes, as well as good into decks like Vampires if those show up. Deck and Stone is your big answer to Thing in the Ice or any major problematic creatures, Eidolon of Great Revels, things like that. Love Strip Beast is an interesting one. You board this in, and you can board in Lurrus with it, or just board in this against decks like Burn, other creature decks that are trying to race you. Very hard for them to answer this, especially if they're trying to answer your other creatures. This is just a really imposing wall. And almost all of your creatures are naturally 1/1s, so it allows Lovestruck to attack. Soul Guide Lantern, pretty straightforward for the format. If they're doing a lot of graveyard shenanigans, good to keep that in check. Good against red-black, good against blue-red. And then, of course, as you'd figure out from the main deck, our Lurrus deck gives us even more late-game potential. So this is kind of a straightforward deck. If you've played any of the other Boggles or white-black aura-style decks in Pioneer, should all seem familiar. But this is the newest version, as the mid-range decks have done very well lately. So if you face off against those, these 8 cards should really help you grind through. So let's get to round number 1, see how it goes. All right, here we go. Round 1 here with white-green auras up against Be Reborn. believe played in the Mox this weekend. Nice little Luris mirror. Keep this. We can go Savior into Dawnguard if we want. Or into Scout plus armor. Earborn almost always plays red-black. Nice, nice. So if they're playing red-black, I definitely want to let's get this down. It's going to be tough for them to beat. Well, that's one way they can try and beat it, for sure. Get in there. We're going to play Adanto here. Just sort of diversify our threats. So we're looking for a Griff Spoon. That's the card. All right. That K command? Yeah, that's fine. Would rather get the Season of Growth down than the Vanguard. It's already indestructible, so it's gonna take it down to 5. They're gonna village rights, yep. Alright, well, just need a Griff Spoon. They're gonna have a ton of chump blockers, but just need a Griff Spoon. We can also hold the Scout back if we're worried about getting raced. Yeah. We're gonna cast any spells we draw just to keep drawing. Alright, Scry. Don't need that. Alright, get in there for 4. They don't get any life chumping this, even with the Aetherborn. So just leave back the Glade cover, stops them from realistically being able to attack. And again, we're just gonna slowly find a Griff Spoon at some point. I found a Croxa. Croxa's big. Just looking for a Griff Spoon. Yeah, we got 4 of them. Yeah. Got a 10. I'm getting in 2 points, losing a creature. We got an 8. Go to 5, block. 4. It doesn't actually change anything for them. Doesn't particularly help them. I'm just gonna pass so we can get rid of this scout. If they attack with Croxa. Huh. That's the worst. Alright. Oh, stand up hive? Sure. Heck, we're not gonna lose any life there. Sure. I want them to gain life. 3, 4, 5, 9. Alright. I'm gonna draw 2 lands. Doom. Alright, that's fine. Bring in these, and these. All seeds are fine. Saviors are kind of overkill. All the threats we actually want are unkillable. I mean, they have Ankrest Rampage post forward, so you just gotta be careful of that. Definitely want those. Need the Griff Spoons. Sentinel's Eyes. The thing about Soul God Lantern is it's fine this kind of matchup. It doesn't... I guess a lot of other things are red. This is actually kind of not as good. I guess though I'd rather have this than Soul God Lantern. Megger doesn't really attack amazingly in this matchup. Game was a tragedy. We were so close. Reveal Luris. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's a little sketchy. But I think getting turn 1 Glade cover and then protection from a sack effect is important, because this can just single-handedly protect against Ankrest Rampage. If we draw a second land, we just have everything. And I'm on to 5. Interesting. Alright, let's insulate. By all the glitters, I have to imagine they don't have a way to deal with this. Thoughtseize though. I'm gonna take the all the glitters. No, just too much. Okay. Like I said, I think this is supposed to be a good matchup. Like, the removal doesn't do much. We have a lot of hard to answer creatures. And like, we just 2-for-1 them left, right, and center. So like, I feel like this should be a good matchup. Like, I think we were very close to winning game 1. All we needed was an All-Seed or a Griff Spoon. The Deccan Stone's too much. Really only want to hit Croxa. So I guess the hitting like a Young Pyromancer is probably worth it. I think it's good. 1 lander on the draw. No Glade cover though. Alright, this is a much better maul. We have to lead on this. Play this and this. No, I don't want to get rid of that in case they have a... I'm going to get rid of the Deccan Stone. In case they have Thoughtseize for this. Season of Growth is probably the hardest card for them to deal with. I know when I was playing against this deck, Season of Growth was definitely the card that was toughest for me. Take the Ethereal Armor, interesting. Alright, so now we have to decide if we want to play Scout or Season of Growth. I do want to get Season of Growth down early enough that we get repeated value off it. I'll have to see what they have going on. Ideally, if we put Luris to hand with 3 mana, we can then go 4 mana. Luris, buy back a creature or a Ethereal Armor. Alright. Alright, Aetherborn's fine. Okay, well, I really want to get that down. So I will. I have a hexproof creature and a pro-black creature, so looking pretty good. Just village rates your own creature there, yeah. The apostle is a brutal one for them. Buyback, sure. Aussies, sure. Now they take the season. I'm sad about that, that's okay. Okay. I'll get in there. If we draw a land, I guess we don't need to draw a land, but yeah, Thoughtseize do nothing here. And Fateful Pushes do nothing. Just keep it churning, huh? Okay. Apparently Hexproof and Pro Black is good enough. So like I said, I think that's supposed to be a good matchup for us, and I think we were pretty close to 3-0ing in games, but we'll be back for round number 2. Alright, here we are for round number 2, up against Soulstrong. Playing all ringers today. Love to see it in the Pioneer queues. Alright, Sands Fire. Not having more untapped lands on turn 1 for really cover's tough, but I guess being able to protect it's not bad either. Roll to 6. Not really sure what Soulstrong plays, but very strong player. So played against a Mox player into another grinder. Alright, we'll lead on Selfless. No reason to play this tapped and wait. This will come in untapped anyway. Alright, we're against an elf deck. I'm gonna offer this trade. Alright. I'm gonna play SRAM. Oh, we can play both of these and draw a card. Okay. Put this here. There we go. Alright, Griftspoon's good. Drawing 1 land, I'll offer this trade every day. Alright, so Boon Glitters on here. Should do it. Get in for a clean 15. Or some chumps. Sure. Well. We'll give this indestructible. Old Jun Citadel looks like. I'll still protect this. We had another land, we just win there, but alright. Keep this so that in case they use the sack, we have a thing to get rid of. Let's see what they got cooking here. Green, green. Could be Prosperous Innkeeper. They're probably working out the math. So they play Innkeeper. They have 4/6 mana. 3 of which is black, so they could play Citadel, but like it'd still be hard to combo out here with 2 life. Yeah, there's the Innkeeper. Alright, they have 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like if they Citadel and there's an Innkeeper on top, they have a chance. Oh, but there are two, so I can't cast the Innkeeper off top. It'd have to be find a land, play an elf from hand, go to 3, then Innkeeper, go to 1, go to 2, and then chain from there. It's a really, really small amount of outs, I'll say it. Okay, Coco. Trying to find probably. I mean, if they find Mayhem Devil and another thing to sacrifice a bunch of stuff, then they can kill my 2 creatures and then make me sacrifice Glade Cover Scout. Would be unfortunate. It has to be exactly Mayhem Devil. They need 4, so Mayhem Devil and like Woe Strider. Because otherwise it's only 3. Right, because they have 2 sacks here, so if they find Mayhem Devil, it works, or Mayhem Devil, Woe Strider. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Okay. That's 3 pings. They still need 1 more. They have access to black, 1. Do they have a Woe Strider in hand? Man, our game 1s have been... Ooh. Yeah. They need 1 more sacrifice, though. I just get to sack the Saram here. And they won't have the black mana until after I sacrifice this. As long as they can, like, Fatal Push it. Like I said, this is 3 pings, they need 4, because I put the cartouche on it. Okay, where are these scries going? 1 on top. So that's the card they're gonna draw. Yeah, sacrifice it. This was the card they drew, is the one they kept on top. Is it a land, another Coco, a Woe Strider, it's a land into Coco? 4 Cocos, barf, barf, barf. Or 3 Cocos. But they're still dead, and the ethereal armor means it's overkill, but... And they are trying to figure it out here. It's a tough line. Alright, there we go. Man, they had a real line there. Gun sacrifice. Fossil seems good. Second stone seems fine. Don't really need this. Second stone specifically for Priest, Mayhem Devil, and Corvold. Definitely want our boons. We can cut Sentinel's Eyes. I think we just cut the Saviors and just mostly focus on the creatures they can't interact with. Like this, this. Rim on the Alcedes. That's the last card we want to cut here. We want a Danto. As much as I like a Danto in this kind of matchup, without a way to give it flying, they have a lot of ways to just like block forever. So I think we just run this. Oh man, I think I had my mic muted that whole time. Great. Well, if I did, that was not a very exciting game, so I'll take it. Alright, here we go. This hand's good. Having Season of Growth to be able to help us out here, plus a way to answer Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Play this untapped. Elf, yep. Alright, we get to finally resolve a Season of Growth when it means something. So hopefully we'll get to SRAM. Whoa, Strider, huh? SRAM, try one, bottom. We really are just looking for a harder to deal with card. Right now, we're gonna have to potentially Luris. But in this season, we do have a lot of wiggle room. Coco. We're looking for a Mayhem Devil, another Woe Strider. Okay, well. They want to sacrifice the treasure, the goat, the innkeeper, and the elf. That just trades. Yeah. Sure, now they can sack elf, goat. Alright, well, we get rid of most of their board to trade here. A Glade Cover Scout would be excellent. I want to put Luris to hand, but at the same time, I think we have to. Not thrilled about it. Have to. Take our lumps a little bit. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, turn off, turn off. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Woo. That one on bottom. I'm just gonna buy back Surium. Man, they had a lot of Cocos. Turns out, something like 9 Cocos in 3 games. Pretty good. Yeah, that's enough, because they just sacrifice everything. Shoot this down, shoot this down. Man, feels bad. Just like got Coco'd out of the game twice. Yeah, they didn't have Priest this game. All we needed was one of our hexproof or indestructible creatures, and we were in shape. 3, 6, 9, 10, yep. Felt like that was a much better matchup than it played out, but we just couldn't find our hexproof creatures when they didn't have priests, and we found our hexproof creatures when they did. Alright, on to round number 3. Alright, here for round number 3 with green-white auras. We're on the draw here. Let's see what our opponent's got going on. Alright, well this is a super creature-heavy hand. That's a lot of good creatures we want. Basically any enchantment does good work for us. That'll count. Didn't show us a companion blue spirits. On top? Okay, so it could be Ascendancy, or not Ascendancy, Arclight. Alright, well. Start here so that this is less effective at bouncing everything. Alright. Not the best look for the team. Well, I would have liked to have... Whoop. Fuck. I'm gonna say I would have liked to have sacrificed it, but... Whoops. It's okay. Vanguard's not getting through either, and these might flip this turn. Alright. Alright, something. Even if we end up taking 14, we're not dead yet. Quite the start from Phoenix here. Not a lot of great outs here. Just alright. Alright. So it goes. Deck and stones in there. That was a rough one for sure. Boone isn't actually as impressive, mainly because they don't just die to flyers. Everyone's selfless. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is one of those matchups where if we don't find our Hexproof creatures, we're going to be slightly behind them, but early Thing in the Ice is also tough. That was just like a stellar hand anyway from them. Like turn 4 or 5, double flip. Alright, Alseid going in. That's a good one to have. Gonna establish a board position here first, and then we'll do these kind of things. What are we gonna do with this consider? Alright, we'll get our season down. Just looking for more pump. Feeling pretty good about our situation right now. Sure. Lead on this. Draw, then scry, then draw. Yeah, we'll take that one. Oh, good enough? Okay. Yeah. The creatures that are hard to interact with. Good. Being able to get rid of their Arclight. Good. Shockingly, all things as expected. Alright. Run it back. Again, I think we just need to like find our engines and our cards that are hard to deal with. Like, this deck is so good at just answering removal 1-for-1 and making its threats difficult. Sure. This is a weird one, but I'm not going to turn down Glade cover with plenty of backup. The thing about this kind of hand is that as long as we can find some sort of interaction, or auras, we're fine. Oops, sorry. Nice shock on 1 here. Like, this will get most of the way there, as long as we find anything else. Alright, not a Thing in the Ice. They're just doing this without... They might be looking for Anger of the Gods. I think I'm just gonna attack here. Excuse me. That way we disincentivize them to cast something like an Anger. That's why. Engage, sure. Anger's still bad, but we have this Laris to get towards. Anger? No, pieces, okay. Pieces gets probably expressive pieces, and then no, expressive chart, okay. Get this. Now we're insulated from anger. Reason why we lead with this, so that we can play this and this in a turn. Assuming they countered one of our 2 spells. Sure. Thing, sure. I don't want them to be able to flip this. I'd love to draw lands, but again, it comes down to this weird spot where like alright, let's just get rid of this. Play the all seed, pumps this. Yep. Yeah, they were planning to flip that next turn, so now that we've dealt with it, we have the next 2 covered. But Laris plus Ethereal Armor is pretty big. I mean, if they could flip it right here, it'd be impressive, but... Oh, they're on this version? Sure. You're gonna cast Chart, of course, sure. Yeah, sure. Deck and Stone, like, yeah, we take 7, but not that big a deal. Cast 100 spells. Go to 9. Down the Vanguard, just be as mana efficient possible here. Again, the best you can do is hit us for 7 there. Taking care of 2 things. Take an extra turn? No. Alright. Get rid of that one too. Puts him to 9. Land doesn't do it. We're in a weird spot. We get 1 attack. We never had a chance to get this Laris into play. If they go to kill one of the Vanguards, maybe we just let it happen. Alright, well they're digging. The card on top is bad for us. It might have been just an op. One on top. Okay. Alright, we'll put Laris out. Yeah, we're not gonna pay for life here. Against the deck that has a bunch of ways to interact. No thank you. Again, if they're pointing spells not at Laris, that's still fine. They go to 6. Playing all the glitters plus ethereal armor is +4/+4. Okay. Is this the taking extra turns? We just getting turns out here? Yeah, we're just gonna take 3 turns. We're just living the standard life, huh? Or is this just triple play with fire to the face? Like field hazard. Like field hazard. Well, I'll pay. Ethereal armor? No. Doesn't actually kill them, right? 3. Yeah, just 4. I'd rather put it on the hexproof creature. Alright. Need them not to find a Arclight Phoenix, a burn spell. They just find a couple lands here. Hey, we got there. Stole that one. Close one, but played out the way we wanted to. We were able to get down creatures that could actually defend, and then we didn't protect one of the Adontos, and they were able to deal 3 to us, so I think we played around everything best we could there. Pretty good round 3, we'll go on to round number 4. Alright, here we are for round number 4. On the draw again. Let's see what we can find here. I mean, this hand's great. We got some Luris stuff. Let's see what they got. Alright, burn. Well, I'm gonna make them kill this. Otherwise, they're gonna be in a world of hurt when we untap. Boo. Alright, that's fine. Unfortunately, this does not help against this. We may very well die. Alright, we're just gonna diversify our threats as best we can here. Hopefully they just have more creatures not burn. Well, lightning strike will do. We are unfortunately at their mercy. Alright, take 6. Let's say if we had a Glade cover off the start, I feel like it's a reasonable matchup. Obviously, if we're relying on like Alseats living, not so much. Yeah, we're gonna block here. We'll take 4 if they have a Boros Charm or something, so it goes. It says Vigilance now, so when we all like glitters it, it'll be a 4/4. Luris to hand? Yeah. Alright, 4 Vigilance. Put down another all the glitters. That's 6, 7, 8. It's an 8/8. Well, we know they have no spell, so we know they have just Luris. I'm gonna block this. Take 1 more point now on the hopes that if they had a spell it'd be better, but looks like I don't have a spell. They're just gonna Luris buy back, yeah. Guess maybe that's the consideration. Two, 3, 4. Alright. Probably just chump. I mean, if they just take 8, there's a chance. No, they have the ruins, right? Block here, take 4 ruins, yeah. Alright, we'll die. And that kills us anyway. Alright, Love Strike Beast comes in. Saviors aren't great. Maybe Savior's fine at keeping stuff like Alseed alive, but the fact that they have the Soul Scar makes it a lot worse. Oh, the Adantos are kind of trash too, huh? Bring in some Deck and Stones to answer their creatures. I want to board in Luris. I'm feeling if we're going deep, we just want to have access to it. The secret mode of Luris, you can just board it in. I'm going to keep this on the back of how difficult I imagine it is for them to answer a Glade Cover Scout. Like, it's a little slow. But if we draw any lands at any point in the game, we're in great shape. Like, they'll play one drop, we'll play this, hopefully, and this, but... do we hit a land? No. Alright. Like I said, any land at any point just like lets us take over this game, but you gotta find one. And if not, it's gonna be slow. We'll play Cartouche into Ethereal Armor into Sentinel's Eyes. Well, the Eidolon's gonna be tough. Alright, assuming we get as few spells as possible if they play this Eidolon here. Yeah. We're just in a race. Take 3 down to 13, take 4 down to 9. We're blocking forever now, so... thinking about trading. I mean, I already did 4 damage, so it did its job. And we're just never casting another spell until it's off the board, so... tap land... into the rocks, sure. Yeah. They're at 9. We block here, take 4. They just don't attack. I don't think this is a winning proposition for them. No, go to 7. Yeah, we go to 5. But we're gonna give this pro red. And lock them out of their own card here. Just lock them under their own Eidolon. They can cast either of these. And if they attack with both, we just take this one. Block here, and they die. Locking out opponents under their own Eidolon. Sometimes the best way to do it. We're not blocking this. This is one of those times where, like, if we're in paper, I'm just looking them right in the eyes. I'm not blocking the Eidolon. I'll go to 3. We had the backup on ready. On demand. Otherwise, we're just sitting there until we draw a Grifspoon. So, like, the way that goes is either we draw the second Alseed, or we just sit there forever until we draw a Grifspoon. That's it. Those are our options. Yeah, I don't want those. Don't want those. Do I want the Selfless over these? I think we need some interaction. Again, an early Eidolon that we don't already have a threat down on is rough. I gain 3 life. So this is like basically the same hand, except instead of being on the play, we're on the draw, and our threat is much worse. So definitely mulligan. De Leon. Could be De Leon, but feels like it's De Leon. All right, this hand's better. It's not great, but it's better. We are kind of at the mercy of this living or finding another threat. Ideally, we find a glade cover off the top here. That's just best case scenario. They're on a 5 though. Maybe they just kept a creature heavy hand on the back of our secret sauce, the Lovestruck Beast in the sideboard. We'll take our 1 here. Alright, they have 1 land. Alright, well we have the land. So I'm just gonna offer this trade of spells, yeah. Because we're just gonna kill them with this Lovestruck Beast. At least that's our plan, right? It's just Lovestruck Beast, get in there. Alright, we'll get that down next turn. I mean, if they use 2 removal spells on it... Alright, well, guess they're not. That's fine. We'll just put Lurrus to hand. Oh, we don't have Lurrus to put to hand, right? Get Season down. We don't want to shock. We could have just played 1 more spell there, but I don't know how important that is. Well, now it's a problem. Ugh. So they kept Soulscar, land, play with fire, Eidolon. Rough one. Rough beats. Here you control. Alright, well. You're gonna need to find something. They found their 3rd land. Yeah. Oh, we might just die. If we don't find, like, exactly a glade cover here, we're in some real trouble. Could find Lurrus, but again, I'm not sure Lurrus even gets us there. Yeah, land. Alright, we'll take 3. Alright, I'll take 4. We gotta bottom that. We just die to what's revealed from light up the stage by a turn. It's tragedy. So if we had dug 1 card deeper by not messing up there, we probably have a good shot at winning. Well, I got what I deserved on that one. Again, I feel like both our losses were good matchups. We're like losing close games, and definitely think if I draw that extra card in game or in match 4, we probably find a creature in time to not die. Same. Alright, back for round number 5. See if we can pull up the 3-2. Alright, here we are. Back round number 5. See if we can pull this back. One of the strongest, hopefully, 3-2s we've had in a while, where like the difference between being a 3-2 and a 5-0, I feel like, was a matter of inches. Let's see if we can get this 3-2. I'm all about this hand. Against a Lurrus deck, all about this hand, especially if we're on the play. Just get this glade cover down. We'll draw a land at some point. Big fan of hands like this in like a Lurrus matchup. Ah, burn again. Let's see if I'm right about this feeling like a better matchup than it was. Get in there. Make it a 4/4. Then if we ever draw a land, it's gonna get exponentially larger. Yeah. Oh, would even take a shock land? I mean, I guess racing's an option. But I guess there is argument to just sitting back, but I feel like they can go wide enough that we want to be applying pressure. Because now if we find like a Rift Spoon, they're also in trouble. Or if we just find a land, we can all like glitters and then threaten lethal. Or close enough to lethal, right? This should be 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 damage. Yeah, we'll take our 2. Let's see what we got going on here. Is this an Eidolon? Yeah, alright. Well, we can lock them under their own Eidolon here pretty easily, I think. Alright, well that should end the game by virtue of giving us vigilance. Yeah, get in for 8 vigilant. They're gonna have to start jumping real soon. Yep. Eidolon dealt 2. Seems fine. Yeah, I'll take another 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna not shock and put us in range of burn. I mean, if they go like Boros Charm, Swift Spear, land, Swift Spear, Boros Charm, like something they would play a lot of those things, right? Like, all right, they're gonna jump, fine. All right, they didn't have any burn. That seems bad for them. They're now in the abyss. They need to have burn spells they didn't have that turn, and they need to block every turn from now until the end time. So they drew the Boros Charm. They didn't have it last time. I mean, did they draw it? Well, curious they didn't fire it off at all before. It's an Eidolon. Light up. Finds it. Oh, are you... Oh, okay. Okay. It's fine. So it goes. Frustrating, but it's okay. Man, quite the rough one. Even though we can't cast this glade cover, These Vanguards should be alright. I mean, I guess against burn, maybe we take them out. I think that's what we did last time. But last time we also couldn't find a threat, so yeah, this is a big reason to take these out. We'll get them to use some burn spells on it, hopefully. Yeah, not blocking. Never blocking there. Light up the stage? Sure. Would love to draw land so we could play Saram. Light up the stage, notoriously good when it's good. Land. Alright, play this. We'll split up our power a little. Getting for 4. Somewhat start the race. Alright, land Swiftspear. What do we got going now? Just everybody shipping in, huh? I'm gonna offer this trade. Take our 8. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one to win. Getting for 4. That's 7. Even Ethereal Armor doesn't do it. Alright. We're just racing? Bad for me. We hit a forest, we could drop both of these. Probably the best option we have. It's another Boros Charm. Just the way we die. Man. Those are the weird ones. Honestly, those are like the weird 2-3s or 3-2s. Like those ones, like felt winnable. I felt like we caught the rough end of the burn, but like maybe burn's still a tough matchup because you don't have a lot of ways to gain life like the white-black version does. It's like maybe burn is a reason to play white-black, but like I feel like we were favored here, here, here. I even felt favored here. It's a tough one. I like this green-white deck a lot. I think it's interesting and it beats up on the decks that need to have spot removal, but maybe the white-black version is the better one if burn's still going to be this popular. Alright, anyway, till next time. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this content on either Twitch or YouTube. If you did, please like or subscribe. If you didn't, be sure to leave a comment down below. I promise not to read it. Until next time.